So, we're going to talk about your needs and emotions with eating, just following in with our intuitive eating workbook. So, many people believe that they are compulsive eaters or binge eaters because they watch themselves eat excessively. In fact, many of these people are misdiagnosing themselves. Before you can explore the emotional connections you may have with eating, it's first imperative to determine whether your non-attuned eating is actually based on difficulties you're having handling emotions, or rather is it a consequence or of lacking self-care or of the deprivation you feel from a lingering diet mentality. If self-care is lacking, it's hard to be attuned and accurately hear the inner cues of hunger and fullness. Under these circumstances, food can become more rewarding. Self-care also includes sleep, which for an adult is 7 to 9 hours. If you are not consistently getting adequate sleep, it's likely that you're walking around feeling lethargic with low energy. Many people who are sleep deprived believe that their lack of energy can be corrected by eating more because sometimes, food does give you energy. Or it could be an abundance of life's problems. In either case, make it an important goal to be realistic on how much time you can spend in any one area of your life. Many aspects of life can cause stress: work or school deadlines, moving, separation or divorce, a health crisis for yourself or for a family member, death of someone close to you. And stress can have a serious impact on your eating and on your health. Looking at your life fully and finding the problems that may be affecting your eating and their solutions is essential for moving forward in your quest to attune to your body's signals of hunger, fullness, and satisfaction in eating. Without this examination of your life, you may be making the wrong assumption that your eating is purely emotional based. When you are stealth deprived, the habits and patterns of the diet mentality are still rooted in the back of your mind, even though you have tried to eradicate them. Feeling deprived of food, either in the variety or in the amount of food, puts you at risk for overeating. And overeating, of course, often initiates a vicious cycle. Food restriction as compensation, rebounding in more overeating, and so forth. We often forget how deeply food is tied to the need for comfort and safety as well. This association deepens when food is offered to soothe aches, celebrate events, and show love when food becomes a comfort, a reward, and a reliable friend. Emotional eating covers a wide spectrum of emotions. It can be as positive as pleasure when eating a slice of wedding cake, or as destructive as eating to numb difficult feelings, or even to punish yourself as a result of negative self-talk. There are many emotional triggers for eating, and it's likely that most people eat emotionally from time to time. Anxiety would be using food to calm yourself. Boredom, eating as something to do. Then you have bribery. Finish this task and you can have a treat, right? Celebration. Food accompanies most events. Then we have emptiness, so eating from a lack of maybe spiritual meaning or excitement or anything like that, like just feeling empty. Excitement, using food as something fun. Feeling lonely or unloved, using food as a friend. Then we have frustration, anger, and rage, which is eating as a release. Loosening the reins, eating as an outlet from a self-imposed materialistic or perfectionist life. Mild depression. Carbohydrates can increase serotonin, the feel-better neurotransmitter. Self-soothing when upset, eating as a comforting or consoling activity. Then you got procrastination. I'll do that task after I eat something. We've got reward. I just closed that deal. Now I deserve that big piece of chocolate cake. We've got stress, so food for relief. Part of getting to know your emotional feelings is familiarizing yourself with how these feelings are experienced in your body. There are 3 main paths to learning to cope with your feelings without using food: learning to sit with your feelings, helpful distractions, self-care, nurturance, and compassion are fundamental to being able to cope with your emotions without using food. They must be established. They require a belief that not only do you have emotional needs, but also that your needs are important and that you have a right to have them met, which you do. Without this belief and without cultivating self-care, nurturance, and compassion, you are likely to continue or return to using food, your original source of comfort and nurturance. Having an outlook of self-compassion is an essential part of this path to healing emotional eating. When you practice self-care, feel nurtured in the ways that are unique to your life, and speak to yourself with compassion, you will find that eating may no longer serve as your primary source of nurturance. It will become just a way to meet your hunger needs while providing you pleasure and satisfaction. For some people, it can be an overwhelming task to figure out what you're feeling when you aren't hungry, yet you want to eat, or when you are in the middle of a meal and have enough and have had enough to satisfy your physical hunger, but you want to eat more of the delicious food. For some people, however, this situation can be a challenge that offers them a window into their inner world. So if you have any questions on that, I know that was a lot, feel free to comment below. If you need any help with emotional eating, anything like that, just drop it below.